Another day, another rotten piece of wood in Duggo's life. What are you doing now?
I forgot about the door upstairs, and I'm short of a few, but look at the width of that.
Oh, Toby,
look
don't
out
step
for
on
your
the
little
nails.
feet.
Get out of here. Get out of here. So he's been back over at one of our properties in a granary ripping out boards because he runs short.
Yeah, just whatever anybody ever does, just do not do the wood thing from the old stuff. Just buy new. I know I've said it before, but oh, by the way, see this here? I'm all messed up again.
It's the nose hole for me.
Don't look. Just look away. Skin cancer stuff. More freezing. No, it's a good time. Party all the time. Get old, they say.
Yeah, so now you get to knock all the nails out and then power wash it.
Right.
And then let it dry.
Then let it dry because it
And
gets
then
soaked
cut
up.
it.
And then as it dries, it warps. So then you got, like, they know. I know, you know.
Anyways, while he works on that, like I mentioned in the last video, we have got LDM Ag coming out to install a weight distribution kit on this. We are waiting for them to show up. They should be here in a couple of hours. So we are working on little jobs. I'm sure they're going to need help possibly stripping down the bar, but I don't want to take stuff apart that don't need to be taken apart. We're organizing toolboxes again.
Can they see this color? Or is
I
that
wanted it to match the box, but it seems to be a little bit more like when they said high vis, they meant it.
Brody and I've got this organized perfectly. It
Good.
cannot improve. Except for this being moved to the back, like we're gonna do.
All right, so we had lots of complaints about this truck. I put LED lights in here, but they're just not that bright. So especially for turning in and out of field approaches, we are gonna add some 18-inch LED bars here. Maybe try to pitch it towards the ditch a little bit. These are, I would assume, or I know, are illegal to run on the road, but when we're coming in and out of fields, we wanna see what we're doing. So we gotta figure out how to wire these up and get them attached. What do you got going on?
Well, I just thought everybody would want to know what flax looks like. As I took off this here board, because that's what guys used to do years ago, is just put little boards over big holes or small holes and cracks. And flax, for those of you that know, well, flax will leak through anything, hits like water. And that's what all this is. That real little stuff is flaxseed. And the mice, that's why every once in a while in these old boards, you'll see this hollowed out spot.
Like this?
Yeah. Well, there might have been a board over there like that, and the mice, they can smell that good stuff there, and they start chewing on the wood, and they go after the seed. So.
And now you're putting a mouse peed board in our nice shop.
That makes perfect sense, right?
Look at
Elbowing this thing. Sorry, you go ahead.
Well, if nobody will go, I'll go. I just got back from taking your mom over there to the dentist because her front tooth busted off because she's having temporary crowns put on. Long story, but I got out, went to go get a piece of pizza, and there's this guy, he's having smoke break, and he looked at me and he said something, and I walked past him, and then I realized that he said the struggle is real. And I thought, well, that's right, I got that on.
Just totally blows them off.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't understand until I was way past it.
Oh my. So we're getting the lights wired up here. We've got our rear facing lights for coming out of approaches. Our driver, we have this set up on another truck, and the driver that drove it last fall said that was the nicest thing for coming out of approaches. You'd turn those on and you could see where the trailer was, where the ditch was. And we finally got them mounted on the front. Right, Brody? You're having a blast.
It was a struggle, let me tell you.
It's very difficult to work up in here, and this plate that holds these on wouldn't come off. We ended up, what do you do? Drilled the heads off, and then
Yep.
a little torch involved, and now we need new
Strip
bolts.
action.
Yep. There's what's left of the destruction. Now it's just to run the wires, and LDM Ag is here now. They are getting their trailer unloaded and gonna start the process of putting the weight distribution kit on. We're gonna break the ice with the awkward camera moment right here. Look at, he's running away already. Richie, he's used to this.
Yeah.
He was here to do the install on our MT.
1770.
So now we're doing the DB, and also gonna do a ISOBus update.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna, so basically then the weight distribution is controlled through the screen in the
Yeah,
cab.
you can control the pressures and everything. And then we automatically, on the DB series planners, we do a hook upgrade.
Okay.
So we're going to an 1.25" hook down from, where you start at 1 inch. So you don't get stress on it and don't bend it up. So we automatically throw these in our,
Okay.
because it's just part of it. So
Yeah, no,
be more
this is
stability.
all some of the bracket work or all of the bracket work there?
That's all for this side and with that tube.
Okay. So basically that gets welded in here,
Yep.
and then I'll show you the beefy cylinders. These are the cylinders that actually are going to be mounted onto the planter. So basically what this does to the planter is it is alleviating weight off of the center wheels when you're in the field planting. So it basically pushes down on the wings of the planter, distributing the weight throughout the whole planter, keeping the planter running more steady, more firm, more smooth.
More perfect.
More perfect.
Actually,
we like perfection
it
around
is
here.
absolutely necessary,
Yeah,
especially with road cleaners.
yeah, that's where we noticed it. I mentioned that in one of the videos after planting last year, where this is the airbag, not Delta Force, so all the row units get the equal pressure throughout the whole planter. But the center of the planter was sinking 3, 4, 5 inches just because of the weight from the CCS and the liquid on it. So the row cleaners behind the planter were plowing dirt, and the ones on the wings
Barely even
not
touching
even
the ground.
touching the ground.
Yeah.
So this should help level that planter out, keep it riding smoother, and very necessary.
Were they happy that the red balls were out of their way? Did that help?
Yeah, I think they got to move a bunch more stuff though.
Oh, good. Well, I'll be back here then.
You're gonna cut. You're gonna get your sleeves cut off too, like that guy.
Not in front of him. He's big.
He's bigger than you. I forgot that their welders sound like a mad bee. So what does this all entail?
I gotta put this valve in here, switch it out from your manual, run it to so you can run it all from the tractor, adjust your pressures from the tractor.
Okay.
So I just gotta take this apart so I can fit it in there.
So the same valve, it's just
Now this is a solenoid to activate everything. This just adjusts your pressure.
okay.
So
So then as you're fully loaded, you could put more pressure on the
yeah,
wings.
if you need to
and-
run more, less, whatever, you can just adjust it all from the tractor. And then I'll run a pressure gauge, electronic pressure gauge sensor here and one here. We'll remove that.
Okay.
And then wire you up, put a module in, put a wing sensor in, and then
Sweet.
that's it.
Awesome.
So, no.
Otherwise, this was manually controlled, where we just had a Allen screw here on the top of this valve, and basically it was one pressure all the time, which worked. It was just as you got, when you were fully loaded, it was perfect, but as you got more empty or totally empty, you could see more weight going on the wings rather than the center.
Okay, we got all the wiring done. Lights are on, lights work. Sheared some bolts, taking them out. So Doug's picking them up at Fastenal, and then this project will be done. But he'll be back later today. So let's test it out. That's pretty bright. Woo, and the works. We're ready. Ready to haul corn in the dark. Out of our field or someone else's.
So, Mom brought over dinner, so they're eating, but gives me a chance to inspect their welding. They seem to know what they're doing, and they should. The guy that welded this actually welds for Bauer, works at the plant that makes the actual bar, and he does this on the weekends. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's some heavy steel. All right, so they quickly installed the ISOBus Connect from manual, like we talked about earlier. And this one we got out of the shop, so we have more room to work with the bean planter, because they have to torch those hooks off and weld in new ones, so they want to fold the planter up a little bit. Couldn't do that with this planter in there, so we made some room, and now they both can focus on working on that one. They really want to get done tonight because they have 2 or 3 other planters in this area that they have to do this weekend. Folded it up a little bit because they have to torch this piece off and do something different with this wheel here. Beef it up, make it stronger for, well, I really don't know why, but it needs to be done, I guess. So it was a little treacherous working around the pit here, but we got it. What's going on? You took my tracks off?
Yeah, winter's done.
Winter's done. We used it 3 times.
Oh yeah.
She's getting a bath. Brody, you want to wash the Bobcat next?
You got that dirty, but no.
Well, Eric got this dirty too, so. Yeah, that's right. Eric did get this dirty. Oh, you've been putting your big sweet stickers on, huh?
I was wanting you to
Crooked
notice that.
too.
It's straight with the glass, crooked with the rest.
So, basically, tracks are for winter or for maybe tiling and mud. Tires for road speed in the summer, because you probably only get about 30-ish miles an hour out of that top speed, where tires 64, something like that. So it looks wimpy now again.
We're gonna have to get bigger tires.
Oh my, front boots?
Got you some new boots. I can't handle your flippers flipping
Yeah,
anymore.
they squeak.
Look at this. Can't have it.
Can't
So
have
I got you twins to mine.
Well, hopefully they fit. Oh my son.
Now don't get them dirty.
These might be my church boots.
I suppose we get them new work boots and they'll still wear the old flippers. So they got a pretty dang good start on the project here for showing up around 11:30-ish, I think, and we've done a lot of talking. So maybe not the most efficient day. But they're coming along. They got this side's much farther along. They just kind of started over there. Now the cylinder goes from here to here, and that is what will apply the pressure to put more weight on those wheels. So we'll see what they know tomorrow.
Emerson.
And we're back. 2 welders going, and another guy showed up today to help out because they're busy. Got a lot to do. A lot to do and no time to do it.
Yeah. Is that my open line right there?
Yep,
Okay,
that's where
okay.
you tie in on that
Nice.
one. All right, there it is. Now we get to unfold it, and then we're gonna, well, I think I gotta download some software into this thing, which it's plug and play. You just hit accept and it puts it into the 4600. but we're gonna open it up and then pressurize it up, make sure that it is working, plumbed right, no leaks, and everything works. So now what we got going on is the planter is unfolded, lowered on the ground, hydraulics are energizing the wing down force, and here is the screen that runs it, the same in the 9RX. So basically I can put in a target. He said you don't want to go over 900 psi, so 800 is pretty high. He's messing with it right now to, I don't know why. So he is adjusting on some stuff back there to get the target to be there. Once that is set, it should be good to go. Just put in what you want it to do and you can control it from the cab. Like I said before, with the corn planter, when you load it up plump full and have fertilizer on there, when you're first going, you can put a lot of pressure on those wings. But as the planter gets emptier, you can go in here, lighten it up so that you're more even on all of the wheels, is basically the goal of this. So yeah, everything's working great, fits, wires working, no leaks, awesome. So everything's good back here, no leaks, you got it on the first try.
I usually get it on the first try.
He usually gets it on the first try.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there it is.
I was telling him, so since you don't have your fertilizer hooked up yet, this breather line right here, I left it loose.
Okay.
Because you guys are probably gonna move all this stuff anyway.
Yep.
And if this gets tangled up, you're gonna have to cut zip tie anyway. So all you gotta do is, when you get all that lined up, just zip tie this up a little bit so it hangs a little bit below your bar.
Okay.
So-
So this is a one-way cylinder.
Yeah, it's a
just
one-way
pushes
cylinder.
pressure. When the planter needs to flex, it just pushes it back into the planter or tractor, I guess.
I don't know if you got footage of it flexing when I pop that, shut the valve off, but she moves, doesn't she?
Yeah. You can tell it's doing something, that's for sure. It's gonna be working great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you, on the 60, 900 would probably be max.
Max
I think you'll
PSI.
be fine at 800. You can always back it off too, you know.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah, like you were saying, you can see when you're putting too much on the wings.
Yeah. And it all depends on the weather again this year. We've been dry lately, so.
Well, there they go. That's awesome. I'm glad we got that done. I want to say thanks to Richie, Jake, and Eric for coming out, doing the install. You can just buy the kit and do it yourself, but I don't think our welder's big enough. If it would, you'd really make a lot of passes. But anyways,
I think they all should just come from the factory that way.
I think you can
Ideally.
do that now.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
I'll never own another planter
No.
without that on there.
I would definitely have got to have it if you have row cleaners on there because it's just a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Yeah.
you have it, you'll wonder why you haven't.
Unless you go back to the seed boxes, big boxes on each row unit.
Oh, remember them
And then
days?
your weight would be distributed.
Oh my.
Remember the fiberglass on your arms?
Well, some days you wish you had that when all the hoses are plugged from the CCS
Oh, yeah.
tank. Then it's really not a good day when that happens.
Or have I heard of guys that get, when their seal goes out on their fan, and then you get hydraulic oil in every seed hose?
I bet that's a lovely experience also.
Can't imagine.
Anyways, guys, if you want to look into this for your planter, I'll put the link to their website in the description. I stand behind it. It's a must-have. So go check them out. Maybe you can get it on before planting season. Getting down there, nip and tuck now.
You'd have to do an all-nighter. Welding, that is.
All right, we got other things to do. Saturday we're gonna take off. We gotta go do some carpentry, I guess. So should be fun. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.